ultraviolet greenhouse, and you are about to experience the greenhouse effect. What is it? The greenhouse effect is a series of 5 topical programs. Tonight is the first. And each program will have a telephone hookup. You can call me live and discuss your viewpoints on the topic. Tonight is lying about sex, lying. Here's how it's going to work. First, I'm going to say whatever it is that I want to say about this topic, and I'll take as long as I want. That's because it's my show and I get to do that. Then you can call me and say whatever it is that you want to say. However, I always have the ultimate power. Now, I just want to say a couple of things about the way the show is going to go. This is not an advice show. I'm not giving advice to the lovelorn or any kind of question answering. You are free to make whatever comments that you want to make and state your own viewpoints, and then I get to converse with you, or as they say, dialogue with you. And the other thing is, I want to make a disclaimer, and this being Northampton, I think this is one of the most important disclaimers I can make, and that is, this is not therapy. This is performance art. That's what I got the grant for. That's what it is. It's a live, interactive performance art dialogue. Now, if you should happen to experience therapeutic results, that's fine. That's up to you. But I'm not here to be your therapist. Now we're going to open up the phone lines. I think that you're going to see this on your screen. I'm not sure. I can't see the screen. And there are 2 numbers that you can call in on. The first is 582-0398, and the second is 587-0214. So I encourage you to call me up and say whatever it is that you have to say about the topic of sex and lies. You can interpret the question any way that you choose and say what it is that you have to say about this particular topic. And now I'm going to say what I have to say, which is that appropriately enough, we're doing this program the same week as George Washington's birthday. That was a coincidence, but George Washington, the father of our country, which you may think is sort of a meaningless euphemism, but ever since the Jefferson DNA test, I think that we need to take that more and more seriously, that he could in fact be the father of our country. And he, of course, said he said, and I will quote, "I cannot tell a lie. I did chop down the cherry tree," or words to that effect. Now, whether or not he had a spin doctor working on that and it was just serious PR, we don't really know, and we're not here to determine that tonight. However, I do want to draw some parallels to the Bill Clinton administration on this one, and I realize that Bill Clinton is so 5 minutes ago, but I need to just bring him in to give you an illustration of what I'm talking about. I think, for example, if we put President Clinton in the same kind of position, instead of coming out with the kind of admission that George Washington made, I envision that he would say something like, "Well, I did not get anywhere near that tree," or "It depends on what you mean by chop," or "I thought that that tree was going to go down anyway," or rather, excuse me, I'm sorry, come down. "I thought that it was coming down anyway." Or, of course, there would be the telltale sap stains, which would make it possible for us to legally prove that he did, in fact, chop down that particular cherry tree. I don't really insist that when you call me up, you reserve your comments for Bill Clinton. In fact, because he's so 1998, I don't think that that's the most important aspect of this discussion this evening. In fact, I would like to take a viewpoint more toward the personal, because one of the things that came out of this entire impeachment hearing and all of the transcripts leading up to it was this whole issue of lying about sex. And I noticed a disturbing pattern in the country, and that is that people were making apologies for Bill Clinton lying about it. And whether or not it's perjury, I'm not really here to determine, and I don't really care. However, there was this kind of newfound tolerance, I thought, in the country, that people were exhibiting this tolerance for the slut-like mating behavior on the part of men. And I just have to question that what is really going on here? I mean, haven't we had a feminist revolution? I mean, I don't think, I'm seeing article after article. Recently there was one in the New York Times about Darwinian behavior, and there's something about very intelligent, educated women sitting around and giving quotes and talking about things like, well, it's, you know, the men are just like that, you know. It's almost like an apologetic for men screwing around with whoever they want, and that now that we're so intelligent and evolved as women, we can tolerate that. Well, I cannot. I mean, I personally, I have an issue with that. I don't think that that because we were put in this uncomfortable position, in a sense, by somebody that we probably, hopefully voted for, that we need to excuse that kind of behavior. And I'll just give you an example of this. Not long ago I was at Town Fair Tire. This is not an ad for Town Fair Tire because they haven't given me anything really. So I just want to say that I was at Town Fair Tire, and there was something wrong with my car. They were trying to diagnose it, and I was spinning out in rain and ice with just a little bit. So they were trying to analyze what my tire situation was. And Jim, the guy there, you know, they have their names on the label, so I know all of them by name. And Jim asked me if I knew what a shock was. And I said, yes, it's when your boyfriend is traveling and he gives you his phone number in California, you call him in San Francisco, and another woman in the apartment tells you that they already went to bed together. And you're sitting there wondering, wait a minute, and it turns out to be her roommate sleeping with your boyfriend. Now that's what I call a shock. Now, call me old-fashioned, I still think of that as a shock. I don't think, well, you know, that's just the way he is. Darwin wrote about it, men are like that, I think it's really all right, and if he lies about it the next day, which he of course predictably did, that makes it all right. Because I think what's happening is there's this incredible confusing, it's making it very difficult to tell a psychopath from a normal man these days. I mean, I think that's a very big question, don't you? I mean, what is a psychopathic liar as opposed to a normal man these days? We just don't know anymore, do we? Now, obviously, I'm speaking from the woman's point of view because I am, in fact, gender identified as a woman. And that's the gender I was born with, into, and have remained. I need to say that because this is a very, I think, like forward-thinking area in the country. But that is my gender identification. So if you're a man and you have something else to say about that, vis-a-vis women, I encourage you to call up and say what it is that you have to say about that. Now, apparently we have a call coming through. So do we have a call? Yes, we do. We have a call. Before I ask the second question, hello, welcome to the Greenhouse Effect. You are on the air.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, Sally.
Hi.
This is Dana.
Hi, Dana.
You're doing a fine job. I just want to, you have a lot of courage to go out in front of this entire city and on live television. I commend you for it.
Thank you. You're making me nervous.
Well, that's okay.
Is the entire city watching?
Yes.
The entire city is watching. Okay.
I just wanted to say I have a lot of problem with lying about sex, but I have more problems about...
Oops, we got some feedback, Dana. Hang on. Is your ear still intact? Do you still have an inner ear? Is it functioning? Can we be sued? No. Are you okay? Uh-oh. He's gone.
I'm back.
You're back. How's your ear? How's your ear?
Good.
Is there a ringing in your ear?
No, I have to turn up my TV a little louder, I think.
No, I think you need to turn it down, Dana.
You think?
Yeah.
No, I have problems with people lying during sex.
Lying during sex?
Yes.
You have problems with people lying during sex?
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Well, you can leave it up to your imagination, but sometimes the four-letter words come into play.
Oh, I'm slow on the uptake. Four-letter words?
That begin with L. O.
Okay.
E.
Okay.
Do you ever have that experience happen to you?
Unfortunately not.
No?
No. I think my sex is more pornographic than yours.
And I've known a lot of psychotic women who cheated around on me. So I think it goes both ways, Sally.
Oh, you mean psychopathic women?
Mm-hmm.
Women who are pathological liars, or?
Well, I don't know if I can certainly trust all women in the same way that people can't trust men.
So you definitely, you're giving me, from your point of view, a similar viewpoint as mine.
Exactly.
And now, Dana, when you're with a woman and you discover that she's lied to you about sex, say she's deceived you, do you consider that to be a real lie, or do you just dismiss it because it was about sex?
I think it's a real lie.
It's a real lie.
Yeah, I think it's a real lie.
And
I mean, you can lie about going to the store. You can lie about, you know, how many pieces of bacon you had at breakfast. Okay?
yeah,
Are those real lies, too? Yes.
yes,
A lie is a lie, Sally, no matter how you look at it.
yes. And
Just
as
because it's about sex does not mean it's any less of a lie.
well, then what was your take on the Bill Clinton situation here? I'm just curious.
I just think he was trying to cover his ass. He was a big fat liar, and I don't know if it's an impeachable offense, but I think maybe he should have, I don't know.
He should have fessed up.
I don't know what the punishment should
He
be
should
for
have.
that.
In other words, Dana, you're saying he should have said, "Yes, I did have an affair."
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, I think he should own up to the facts. I think he was just too embarrassed to do that.
Too embarrassed?
Yeah.
You think Bill Clinton was embarrassed?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah. But that's just me.
And you think if he had told the truth at that point, the country would have simply said, "That's fine"?
They may not have said it's fine, but I think they would have said, well, geez, Bill, you're just like a lot of other people and cheating around, and at least you didn't try to hide it as much as some people do. So therefore, it's okay.
Okay. And what do you think of this, philosophy that men are simply going to do that anyway?
If they have the opportunity to do it, they'll probably try it.
But you're saying women do that too?
Absolutely.
Or is it just the women you know? Well,
I think it has to do.
you think women are inclined to do that too?
Sometimes it depends on the day, the time of day, and what kind of spirits are around.
Okay.
Sally, I got to go. I'll let other people call you up.
Okay, thank you.
I hope I broke the ice a little bit.
Yes, I think you did.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Do we have another caller on the line waiting? Then the phone lines are open, and those numbers again are 582-0398 and 587-0214. Let's see what some of our studio audience members wrote in response to this question. I have some index cards here, and they also answered these questions. Is lying about sex lying? And they didn't put their names on it, so I'm just going to see what they had to say. And the first person said that if lying is defined as not telling the truth, now that's how I would think of lying. Isn't that sort of how you would think of lying? Not telling the truth? Okay, I think you could define lying as not telling the truth. Then it follows that lying about anything is lying. Try this. Oh, sorry. Truth is truth. Lying is lying. That's a very definite answer. Okay. Somebody else has stated that this is a question of situational ethics. We do have a highly educated audience here, of course, because it is Northampton. So if you don't know what situational ethics is, you'll have to see me after the show. Lying about sex is wrong, but it can be more moral than the truth. Ooh, that's tricky. That's very tricky. But, if you're a studio audience member, you don't have to speak. That's the beauty of being a studio audience member. Only people who call up actually have to speak. So I can't really engage you on that. But that's kind of what I'm talking about. It says, but can be more moral than the truth. In other words, when you have sex with somebody else, and let's say you're cheating on your partner, and you lie about it, we tend to think of that as being considerate in some kind of way. Basically, I don't, but that seems to be the general feeling on the part of the public. That's actually what I'm questioning. Is that really more moral than telling the truth? Because you think, well, I don't want to hurt that person, and we never really had a chance to ask Hillary. Hillary was, I think, what they call it being in denial, I think. Don't you think? Hillary was in denial. Didn't she appear on a television program and say that that was absolutely impossible? And I think, that's just a tad humiliating, I think. Everybody was assuming that she knew, that they had some sort of an agreement. What kind of agreement is that, I don't know. Well, actually, at first, I have to admit, I thought maybe Hillary had rented Monica, because what I hear from women who are married is that, that's not the sort of thing you want to do as a married woman on a regular basis. So, I thought maybe she'd hired Monica to do that. It made sense to me, and I mentioned that to a number of people, but that actually hasn't come out. We don't really know, do we, whether she did or not. And one person was simply very circumspect and said, it is not a real lie, and didn't say anything more. You cannot come back to be in my studio audience. Nevertheless, that is a valid answer. Another person says that, oh, again, the situational dependent here. It would be more like a white lie, whatever that is. You did not define your terms. But for instance, a lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings is a white lie, but it is a lie nonetheless. So this person actually came down hard at the end, which I like. I like that definitive, you know, it is a lie nonetheless. Phone calls coming in? No. Don't be shy. We only have 15 minutes left. This is your big opportunity to air your feelings about lying and sex. This person says that it's lying if you had it and said you didn't, but it's not a lie if it would really hurt their feelings if you told the truth. See, we get into this very, very tricky, hazy area. That sounds like an answer Bill Clinton could have given, doesn't it? Very sort of circuitous reasoning. Lying if you had it and said you didn't. I wonder if it's lying if you didn't and you said you had. That's more the position that I've been in for many years of my life. Okay, so this person says, yes, technically, but who cares? Okay, and they wrote the answer to part 2 on part 1 card. Now, I think that you can see the diversity in viewpoints about this issue of sex and lying. And if you have a particular comment to make, and I think we do have a call coming in now, I'd encourage you to air what your views are. So my phone person is on the line, attempting to put this person on the line, and we have a caller. Okay? Hi. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Welcome to the Greenhouse Effect. What is your comment?
My comment is that lying is lying, no matter what it's about. I think Bill Clinton should have resigned.
Whoa.
I think when he lied to us, the American people, in front of everyone, he should have been so disgraced. And I hear a Spanish channel here, Kath.
You hear a Spanish what?
I'm hearing Spanish in the background here.
Well, we're not translating into Spanish. Is there a problem here? Can you check the Spanish feed here? Okay, do you still hear it? Can you speak Spanish? Does it make sense to you? Is it more interesting?
I'm going to try to go in the other room here.
Okay.
No, it's still talking in Spanish.
Somebody's talking in Spanish. Please stop. Please stop the Spanish, please. Okay.
8, 9. It's going. Oh, now stop. Nope.
Have you taken your medication today, Bonnie?
What?
How is it now?
There's a Spanish lesson going on here.
Okay.
Seriously.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No.
This is not going to work.
No, wait. I can hear you.
You heard what I had to say. What?
I can hear you.
You can hear me, but I can barely hear you, and I hear this guy speaking in Spanish here.
Get rid of the Spanish guy, will you? Okay. Can you like block out the Spanish guy and?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You can. It's just too overwhelming.
Oh.
Is he still there?
Oh, I'm on another channel. Hello?
You're on another.
I'm going to have to hang up.
Okay.
There's something else playing in the background.
Sorry, Bonnie.
Okay, sorry. I'll try again.
Okay.
Bye.
I wonder if that's like getting radio waves from outer space or something. She was hearing a Spanish guy. Can you guys get rid of the Spanish guy? And this is not, you know, I want to be multicultural about this, but let's face facts. You know, if there's a guy speaking in Spanish while I'm talking, okay, don't take this as, you know, an anti-multicultural slur. I know this is a very politically correct area. Did you find out where the Spanish guy was? You have no idea where the Spanish guy is? You think she's having hallucinations? No. Did you get rid of the Spanish guy? It's on her end? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Don't let that stop anyone from calling the Spanish guy. We don't think there really is a Spanish guy. I don't see a Spanish guy. They don't see a Spanish guy. We don't know what happened. We have another caller coming through. Let's see. Oh, it's Bonnie's calling back. Bonnie ditched the Spanish guy. Okay, here we go. Let's talk to Bonnie again. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Can you hear me? Bonnie, call back. I think we lost you. We have a few glitches to handle. This is the first show. A few technical glitches, but we're working on it, and we're almost there. We only have 5 minutes left for call-ins, so get to your phone. And Bonnie, we lost you. What happened? There's a technical problem. She's going to have to see a shrink about this. She's going to feel persecuted by this show. Is she calling back? Here you go. Is it Bonnie? It's not Bonnie. I'm so sorry, Bonnie. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, we've got somebody else. Let's take... Hi. Is there anybody Spanish at your house?
Anyone that I know.
Okay, hi. Can you turn your television set down?
Oh, there is. There's Spanish music. Really loud.
Oh, no. Please, please. Please get rid of the Spanish stuff. Okay, hi. You're on the air. There's something Spanish going on, and they don't like it. You can't... We're not hearing anything Spanish. All right. Until this... She liked the other show. I don't know. She called up and she heard something, and we lost that caller. Okay, here's the second question I'd like to pose to you tonight. Is oral sex sex? Now, you may think that that's an unusual question, but the Journal of the American Medical Association just came out last month with an issue in which they had polled thousands of college students asking them if oral sex was sex, and 60% of them said it was not. Do we have somebody on the line now? Oh, but Dana's back? Okay, hi, Dana. Dana, hi. Hello, you're on the air. Is there somebody Spanish at your house?
I just wanted to mention I did hear Spanish before, but I just didn't want to say anything.
Well, you know, Dana, if you had at least told us that, you could have clued us in. You withheld that information. Is that a lie?
There's a nice Spanish music going on now, so I guess, yes, in fact, I didn't lie, but I did not tell the truth.
That's sort of like a lie. I mean, is withholding information a lie?
Withholding information is not a lie, though.
Okay, okay.
So
you can go.
Thank you.
Well, what's with the Spanish music, you guys? Can you find it? There's something Spanish going on. All right. Phone lines are still open. You have 4 minutes left. Please call me. And, you know, having something Spanish going on while you're talking, I don't think it should be a big deal. I think, you know, let's just acknowledge that there's something Spanish going on in the background, and just, you know, like Dana did, he just kept talking. So if you call in and you hear somebody speaking Spanish, just like let it happen, let it be there. Practice meditative awareness. And in meditative awareness, the sound can be there, the Spanish guy can be there, and I can be there too. And so can you, okay? So let's see who's on the line now. We have a caller on the line. Bonnie's back. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, I hope you heard the meditation instructions. We've got Bonnie on the line again. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, welcome back.
And it came back on. I think
Hi.
someone's trying to interfere with your transmission.
It's okay. We're going to just let the Spanish guy be.
Okay.
Okay, we're just going to let him be. And do you have an answer to is oral sex sex, or did you have something that you wanted to add on to your previous statement?
What was that?
Is oral sex sex?
Of course it is. What a silly question.
Well, the Journal of the American Medical Association didn't think it was so silly, and 60% of college
think
students
about
said
it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. That's all you have to do is think about it for a minute.
Well, I can't just sit here and think about it, Bonnie, because I'm on the air, so I have to do something. How's your ear?
That wasn't me. I didn't hear it.
Okay. Okay. I agree with you. I don't know what oral sex is if it's not sex. Do you?
No, I don't know what it is either, except that.
Okay. And did you find it surprising that 60% of all college students consider oral sex not to be sex?
That's scary to me.
It's scary.
Yes, it's scary to me. It scares me to think about what they're teaching in the public school systems.
Oh, you think they're learning oral sex in school?
Yeah. I mean, they're learning about sex, the variety of sex in school.
Oh, they are, but not from their teachers. You don't think there are any teachers saying oral sex is not really sex?
I think so. I think that's where they're learning it.
Okay. Do you still hear that Spanish guy, Bonnie?
It's not. It's kind of classical music now.
Now you're hearing classical music. Well, thank you for calling. We're gonna see if we can open up the phone lines for 2 more minutes to another caller. Bye, Bonnie. I don't know. I don't know if they're really teaching that in school, but let's see what the studio audience has to say while we're waiting for the next caller, and we only have a couple of minutes left. Is oral sex sex? Yes, it is. It may not be sexual intercourse, but I think it would fall under the category of sexual relations. The fact that it is called oral sex is also a bit of a clue. I think this audience member is on the ball on this one. Anything Clinton says or does is sex by my standards. Well, apparently so. This person says no, oral sex is not really sex. For some reason, sex is on like a different level, much higher, a spiritual or really serious level. What was that? Oral sex is on a higher spiritual. Something I don't even have time to get into at this moment, but having gone to divinity school, I'm intrigued by that answer, and we don't really have time to get into the theology of oral sex tonight, but maybe on a later program we can do maybe just viewer questions and viewer responses. We have someone on the line. Okay, let's put that person on the line. Okay, here we go. Hello, welcome to the Greenhouse Effect. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi.
Wow, this is weird. I can't hear nothing.
No Spanish guys, no classical music. You're batting 1,000.
Forget it, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, what do you have to say? We can hear you.
I can't hear you.
He can't hear me. He's fallen into the black abyss, the void of meaningless existence. He couldn't hear me. We have to make 2 therapist referrals tonight. I feel reluctant to put my reading glasses on because I feel it's very Sally Jesse Raphael and it gives you the wrong impression. I'll have to try to read these without the glasses. Okay, so that person couldn't hear me at all. We will fix these glitches, folks, by the next broadcast, I swear. Scout's honor, and if you believe that I was a Girl Scout, you'll believe anything. I actually was for like 3 minutes, but they threw me out for not being domestic enough. This person thinks that he or she never thought that oral sex was sex, but more and more people seem to be including oral sex in their definition of sex. So when I communicate with those people, yes. Interesting. That's an interesting response. This person says that any exchange of fluids should qualify. Okay. Oral sex is sex. It reminds me a lot of sex. It reminds me of sex, too. This is a highly astute audience member. It looks like it, yes. It's oral. Is oral hygiene hygiene? Did you floss? Okay. So do we have any more calls? We do. Let's put this person on the air. We have time for one more call. One more call. Hi, you're on the air. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. I'm calling in to see. I wanted to see if I could get through. But you definitely have some technical problems there with a Spanish person speaking in the background. And this is your first show. Congratulations on the show. And perhaps in the future I'll call with a comment.
Okay, we'll try to ditch the Spanish guy in the future. Thank you for calling. We're going to have to sign off for tonight, and we'll try to find out who the Spanish guy is and what he's doing on my show. The next show will be broadcast in 2 weeks live, March 10th. The topic is live nude strip clubs, decent or indecent exposure. And if you wish to be a part of the live studio audience as opposed to a dead studio audience, you just come to the offices of Media One on Bradford Street in Northampton by 6:45, and you can be in the live studio audience as long as there's room. You have been experiencing the Greenhouse Effect tonight. My name is Sally Greenhouse. We are signing off for tonight, and we'll be back live on the air in 2 weeks, March 10th. Thank you.